All right, before I actually start in the garden, um, if you've watched my videos, you know that I collected or I did a video on some jewelweed that was out there while we were camping, or out in the area we were camping. Now, I don't have any jewelweed on my property, at least that I've been able to find. And upon doing my research, it kind of talks about the fact that it likes a shadier location on a moist soil. It likes to keep its toes wet. So I'm back here. I've always had a problem growing grass in this area, just because the water that runs off the road that goes up the hill and then across my loops and then in between my compost pile and my garden actually comes down through here. So, sorry, bugs. I've always got to be careful when when I bring the tractor or something down here, because if we've had a lot of rain, it'll actually sink. You can see there's moss, not a lot of grass. Got a couple of nets floating around. But it stays relatively cool. It is relatively damp. Now, I'm not going to plant them here in the grass, because you can see this is my pathway that goes from it's the lower end of the pathway. It goes from one side of the property to the other. I have another one kind of in the middle at the lower end of the garden, and then I've got another one up, up towards the road up there, up at the lower end of the loop. But I think the jewelweed would love it back here. It's always got shade cover. So the seeds that I collected, I'm going to put half of them here and then half of them on the other side, and just kind of, for lack of better words, see what they do. See if they take, see if they grow. I mean, it'd be awesome if they did. I'd love to have a jewelweed patch on property. So, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, let me get to spreading some seeds. You can see them there, the little dark brown things. So let me get spreading some seeds, and I'll talk to you later. All right, so this is one of those random videos. Put anywhere, not necessarily the day I film it. But this is powdery mildew. We have had so much rain, and there are some plants that are really susceptible to it, that when it rains like it does and they cannot get dry, they actually start to mold. Now this happens to be a weed. Happens to be, over here in the, next to the junk pile. But powdery mildew like this, if you have things like zinnias, it can transfer to a zinnia. And then, as an example, if I was to cut this down, I would not put this in my compost pile, because that compost heat does not kill powdery mildew, and you would infect your entire compost pile. There's another, that's what it looks like. Literally, the leaves start to mold, and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, there's supposedly some soaps that you can get, and you can wash stuff off if it gets on like your tomato plants, but your best bet is to literally cut it down, dig it up, and throw it away in some corner of the garden that you don't just not even the garden, some portion of the property that you don't even care about. Take it to the dump type thing, because it's not good. It's a shame that there's so much of it out here, and you can see, like, on the base of that one, the blackness down there, those are the leaves that have already died from it. And it's on the leaves, and even up here on following the stalk up, even up here on the baby ones, if you look, they got it too. This plant is doomed. All right, again, it was just a teachable moment. That's what powdery mildew looks like. There are some soap stuff that you can use to do it, but your best bet is, if it's in your garden, pull out whatever plant it is and just get rid of it. Not the compost pile. All right, talk to you later. All right, another random video. This is my mullein, and it's in bloom. And I'm out here towards the end of the evening, so the flowers are starting to close. There you go, this one that's partially open. Again, mullein is a medicinal herb. So do your research. But that's what it looks like. I've got several on property that they're growing wild, and mostly it's because they're nitrogen fixers. They got really long tap roots, and will attempt to fix nitrogen in an area the same way a dandelion does. If you've got really good garden soil, they will never grow in your garden. So, again, just awesome that it, I'll never grow anything here. I got a shed, I got the propane tank, I got the pump house, yeah, I got a stump. I don't do anything here but mow the grass. So, it's a nice mullein though. All right, talk to you later. Just another random video. Been in the garden all day, and I swear these mushrooms were not here this morning. And there's 3 of them. There's that one there, and that one there. And these bad boys are huge. Anyway, just thought I'd share. Who knows? Maybe with the rain that's coming, it's the start of a toadstool ring. And I'll have to come out and bring some bread and milk to the fairies, so they'll take care of my pear trees. You just never know. Or maybe they're going to do a fairy ring because they know that I plan on turning that stump into another fairy house. I don't know. We'll see. All right, talk to y'all later.